Hi Colorado, I'm Diana Denwood, Senior Water Conservation Specialist with Aurora Water, and welcome to my first video in a series on growing vegetables. Today we're going to talk about how to start your own seedlings at home. Do you know that growing fruits and vegetables is not only tastier than growing grass, but it uses less water too? I bet you do. So to help you make your yard more efficient and more delicious, I'm going to teach you how to grow vegetables from seed. Colorado Front Range communities like Aurora have a relatively short growing period due to our early and our late snowstorms. So veggies that need longer to grow, usually can't be directly sown, which means planted in your garden directly as seeds. These kinds of veggies are known as warm season veggies. So that's tomatoes, celery, eggplant, peppers, those kinds of veggies, because they take longer to grow and need warm weather to produce. These are the ones that you need to start inside or purchase and then transplant them into your garden as seedlings in May. In Colorado, typically the warm season planting day is around Mother's Day, but that varies of course from year to year with changes in temperatures. Besides avoiding spring freezes and snowfall, there are 4 great benefits to growing your own vegetable seedlings at home. The first is the cost. Compare buying a vegetable seedling for $4 up to $12 or maybe even more at a nursery compared to paying a few dollars for your own packet of 50 seeds. This one was 4 for $1, and these are going to last up to a couple of years. So it really is a great way to save money. The second reason is that you'll be able to grow varieties that you won't be able to find anywhere else. Try something new. You can buy a cauliflower seedling just about anywhere, but what about a purple of Sicily cauliflower or a Romanesco braca flower? I don't think so. You're going to have to grow that one on your own. The third reason is that those transplants will be best acclimated to your environment because that's where they grew up. And finally, it's really fun to watch your babies grow and nurture them and then eat them at the end of the season. It can be really great to also share growing vegetables with your kids. Teach them where their food comes from and how they grow. Next, you'll want to pick your seeds. Not just the kinds of varieties of the things that you want to eat, but you want to pay attention to the difference between different kinds of the same vegetable. For example, F1 versus OP. That's hybridized versus open pollinated. You'll need to learn about different varieties' resistance to common diseases. What about days to maturity? Some pumpkins, for example, grow a lot faster than others. Do you want organic seeds or are you going to buy conventional seeds? And finally, with tomatoes, you'll have to decide, do you want determinate or indeterminate style tomatoes? You're going to need 4 things for seed starting success. The first is the right kind of container to grow your seeds in. You'll also need the right planting mix. You'll need the right germination temperature for the types of seeds that you're growing. And finally, the correct amount of light. When it comes to planting mix or seed starting mix, you'll want to start with it can be a soil-based or a soilless medium. It really doesn't matter, but you do want to purchase it because these are mixes that have been pasteurized. Unlike soil from your yard that can contain harmful pathogens or bugs that are going to be detrimental to your seed growth. You'll want to pick the right kind of container. There are lots of different kinds. The most important thing is that you get containers with good drainage. There are containers like this that have individual segmented cells that you can add your own mix to. There are also peat pods, or there are little pots made out of paper. Lots of different styles. I like this kind because it does have those great big holes for drainage. They're so important. No plant roots, especially vegetable seeds, like to stay wet in water. It also has this nice under tray. And then it also also comes with a clear plastic lid that helps regulate the temperature. The other thing I like about this tray is that it's reusable. I can get several years of good growing out of this puppy. Next, we have to talk about the correct temperature. Different kinds of seeds prefer different ideal germination temperatures. Worm seeds and veggies, for example, like to be kept around 80 degrees, maybe a little higher, but don't push it past 100 because you don't want to fry those puppies either. Use your light or a heating pad to maintain the correct temperature for your germinating seeds. You'll also want to protect the tray from drafts, so keep them away from drafty windows or drafty doors. After germination, seedlings do best with 12 to 16 hours of sunlight per day. If you have a south-facing window that lets in full sun, then place your tray there. If not, use a shop light. It doesn't have to be anything fancy or expensive. It just needs to be adjusted to 3 inches above the height of the plants as they grow. Let's go ahead and set up a container. First, you'll pour your soil into a bucket and mix with warm water until it's evenly moist, but not soaking. It should have the moisture of a wrung-out sponge. Then you'll press the soil into each cell of your container and pack it down gently. You'll go ahead and sow 2 seeds per cell according to the package directions. Then set the tray in your sunny window or under your grow light or on top of your heating mat. Then adjust as necessary to keep that temperature at an ideal germination level. Then go ahead and keep your soil moist. After your plants have germinated, you'll want to maintain that same soil moisture level, heat level, and sun level. When your plants have mature leaves and reach a height of at least 4 inches, it's time to think about getting them into their forever homes in your garden. A few weeks before you plan on transplanting your seeds, you have to start the hardening off process. This is crucial to get those little babies ready for the harsh realities of the world with all of its sun, temperature fluctuations, and wind. For the first few days, just gently rub the leaves like this, almost like you're giving those babies pets. And that triggers the strengthening of those plant stems and gets them ready to go. After that, you'll carry them to a sheltered location outside, one that has partial sun and a little bit of breeze, but not too windy, and you'll leave them out there for 2 hours. You'll want to do that for a few days, and over the course of the next week, increase the amount of time or the amount of exposure, but not both at once. Then they'll be ready for their big planting day. Now you're all set to grow your own vegetables at home, and Aurora Water is here to help, because growing your own veggies instead of lawn is using your water wisely. Thanks for joining me.